दोस्तों, I have come live to tell you about leadership and emotional intelligence. ये दोनों चीजें क्या है? अगर आप लीड करना चाहते हैं एंड because why need to have it because we are the actors from the normal course of action triggers take place. So I thought I will discuss with you the nuances of emotional intelligence, and if you want to lead, you just don't have to be intelligent enough, you have to be emotionally intelligent so that you can understand the problems or the emotions of the person in front. So I will be sharing my screen with you, and you can see that how you can lead by being intelligent emotionally. So before I proceed, I will just tell you who I am. I'm an army veteran with 35 years of experience and have been a soldier and also an academician. And during my course of my tenure in the army, I have done a master's in technology, in business administration, and then in defense studies, and then went on to do my doctorate in defense studies. I am also certified life skill coach and can teach you on various life skills like communication skills, stress management, anger management, because all these are needed to garner yourself so that you can develop your personality. And also, I am a philanthropist and entrepreneur because I have an NGO called Puma Dream Foundation, which has the tagline of right to education for the underprivileged, and this e-commerce site Sonajuri Arts showcases the art of West Bengal, and any purchase and any volunteering that you do to any of these two organizations will help the needy and give them quality of life. I have my YouTube channel, Fearless Leaders, where you can get to know a lot of information on international relations and also on life skills that I speak on. And I am an ardent golfer, and I am devoting my second innings for your first innings. So, what is leadership? I will be covering this complete session in what is leadership, what are emotions, and how emotional intelligence and EQ match, and then how to lead with emotional intelligence. So, what is leadership exactly? It is basically how you motivate a team on a group of people towards achieving a goal, and a focus is given to them, because in the army we are taught to lead men to death, and that is the heights of motivation, because you are giving them josh and making them go towards death and to conquer the aim or target which is there. So it is not only in armed forces that we lead, it can be in the corporate world, it can be in the sports field, it can be spiritual, it can be anywhere. It is basically leading people command them and guide them so that they look up to you as a leader so that you can set an example. Coming on, I will be talking बाद में बात करूंगा what is the difference between a leader and a manager. So leader is somebody who leads you and you follow him or her willingly. It has not to be by force. Because if you are leading by force, then it is not leading. You are just pulling them either with your power or your money or something else. So, like this example is there. Like as Jesus was passing, he saw a man sitting at the tax office and said to him, "Follow." And that man got up and followed him without a question. So that is that unique chemistry between the leader and the follower. And every leadership or command that you do has to be situation based. And leading will show qualities of the leader when situation is against. That is why they say when the going gets tough, tough gets tough. So when there is chaos, crisis, problems है सारे तरफ, तब अगर लीडर लोगों को फॉलो कर सकते हैं, that is the real quality of a leader, and the leader has to be committed. उसको आगे का सोचना है, वो उस मोमेंट का सोचने से नहीं चलेगा. He has to think ahead so that by the time team is working do the work, he has not to the consequences. और तभी आगे बढ़ सकता है. और एक और डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ग्रेट है organize, coordinate and move so that people partner their forces, make the task possible. And when the leader is patient enough to listen and give solutions and not get frustrated. कोई प्रॉब्लम आता है तो उसको फ्रस्ट्रेट नहीं होना है, उसको सोचना है क्या कर रहा है और क्या नहीं. So basically, leader is a leader in both जैसे कि नेपोलियन ने कहा था. He gives you hope, he gives you a common purpose जिसको लेके सब आगे चलेगा. एंड लीडरशिप के बहुत सारे तरीके हैं, आगे चल के बताऊंगा. सो यू हैव टू डिसाइड फॉर योरसेल्फ, एंड द स्टाइल ऑफ लीडरशिप डिपेंड्स ऑन द सिचुएशन, डिपेंड्स ऑन द टाइम, डिपेंड्स ऑन द टीम. सो everything has to be as per the situation the follower. उसको देख के आपने अपना लीडरशिप स्टाइल को चूज करना है. तो पहले है ऑटोक्रेटिक लीडरशिप स्टाइल. इसमें क्या है, जो लीडर है वो सिर्फ ऑर्डर देता है और किसी की सुनता नहीं है. एंड देन देयर आर स्ट्रक्चर्ड पनिशमेंट्स एंड रिवॉर्ड्स. और इसमें दूसरों का आइडिया नहीं लिया जाता है. He just gives his direction and people follow. ब्यूरोक्रेटिक लीडरशिप स्टाइल वो है जिसमें कि लीडर हर एक से कुछ सॉल्यूशंस लेता है एंड रूल्स जो कि पॉलिसीज नियम कानून बना है उसके मुताबिक जिसको लकीर का. डेमोक्रेटिक लीडर स्टाइल वो है जिसमें लीडर हर एक से सॉल्यूशन लेता है, उसके बाद जो बेस्ट तरीका है उसे इम्प्लीमेंट करता है. इसमें क्या है, ट्रैफिक दोनों तरफ से होता है. लीडर लोगों की बात को सुनता है और अपना भी आइडियोलॉजी देता है. लाइसेंस फेयर लीडरशिप स्टाइल भाई आपने जो करना है करें, और ये कभी कभी काम देता है बट जनरली वी मस्ट नॉट यूज दिस बिकॉज इसमें अथॉरिटी लीडर का नहीं रहता है. एवरीबॉडी ट्राइज टू बी लीडर और कंफ्यूजन होने के चांस हैं. और इसके इसके बाद है ट्रांसफॉर्मेशनल लीडरशिप। इसमें क्या है, आप एक नीति जो चल रहा है, इसमें जो मैनकाइंड टीम है, उनका आइडियोलॉजी को इसमें सिर्फ एक छोटा टीम होता है। इट कैन बी अक्रॉस द नेशन, अक्रॉस द स्टेट, अक्रॉस द क्रॉस सेक्शन ऑफ ह्यूमन बीइंग्स। जैसे गांधी जी ने, जिनकी तस्वीर यहाँ दिखाई गई है, उन्होंने अहिंसा का बात दिखा के इंडिपेंडेंस गेन करने का कोशिश किया और वो सक्सेसफुल भी रहे। दैट बेसिकली कम्स फ्रॉम द charisma of the leader, and transactional leadership is emphasizing to getting things done within the umbrella of status. So इसमें क्या है, ट्रांजैक्शनल लीडरशिप में जैसे है वैसे चलने चाहिए, हर एक का आइडिया लिया जाता है, रूल्स को फॉलो किया जाता है, एंड things move on their own. And situational leadership is something which is very important, because सिचुएशन लीडरशिप से ही, अगर सिचुएशन में लीडर रिएक्ट करता है, उसके मुताबिक ही वो आगे बढ़ सकता है। एंड सर्वेंट लीडरशिप इज सर्वेंट फर्स्ट, लीडर सेवा, हेल्प, एंड इट इज वेयर पीपल आर रूलिंग एंड लीडर just guides them. And leader must have the ability to make the team understand what the focus is, so that people can follow in streamlessly, or never discuss your personal problems with your co-workers. Do not get angry. now इसमें मैं वही आ रहा हूँ, अपने इमोशंस को कंट्रोल करना है और इंटेलिजेंटली सॉल्यूशन देना है, सो दैट यू कैन मूव अहेड। और इसमें as a leader, think holistically, think of the emotions of each person, and then only get work out of them, for right man for the right job. अगर गलत आदमी को गलत काम दे दिया, and then you have to motivate everybody with your thoughts, by setting an example, by your process, so that people can. इसमें मैं एक और चीज बताना चाहूँगा, इसी टॉपिक पे मैं फिर से लेक्चर दूंगा on 12th April 2 o'clock at Ramakrishna Vidya Mandira at Delhi. If you have time, please come and listen, and also listen to the Maharajas who are there, because that seminar will just be dealing on emotional intelligence and leadership. So it can benefit you to develop your personality and move ahead in life. So moving on, leadership is basically professionalism, and बाकी जैसे कि है, you must work smartly, work sincerely, take interest in your job, and think to give solutions if you're under pressure. You as a leader has to come out of that situation and get your team out. तो एक लीडरशिप या लीडर के सिचुएशन में चार चीजें अहम माने रखता है। पहला है कि लीडर है जिसको हर कोई फॉलो करेगा, लीडर और फॉलोअर होना बहुत जरूरी है। एंड देन इज द सिचुएशन व्हेन द लीडर विल बी लीडिंग द टीम, एंड मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट इज द कम्युनिकेशन बिटवीन द लीडर एंड द टीम। अगर ये कम्युनिकेशन नहीं है तो द होल लिंक breaks down. So we have to have a link between both the leader and the follower, and common goal होना चाहिए, and willingly follow करना चाहिए। in the given situation. It is not a power relation, but a understandable relation, and leadership is a continuous process, and it is by your actions and not a position of authority. So you have to be competent enough to be a leader. Competence is a skill, and competency refers to the behavior by which it is achieved. So a leader needs to have 9 leadership competencies, but ये competency skills बहुत इससे भी ज़्यादा है. Passion, कि उसने ये काम करना है, वो वजूद उसके अंदर होना चाहिए, so that he can take the team ahead, and that is where it matters. He has to be followed because of his interest, focus on the job, and humor is a must, because if you are getting angry, if you are getting stressed, the team will break down, and humor and a smile takes you a long, long mile. And professionalism और seriousness को मत confuse करना, because professionalism can be with humor, with knowledge, and seriousness is not that आपको एक glum सा face बनाना है. And above all, the leader has to be courageous so that he can stand up to every event and say no if required, or give the required punishment to the person and lead ahead. Because if he is not courageous, the team will be ahead, he will be behind. Then he is not a leader. वो हो गया pleader, पीछे रह गया. So they have to see you as an idol. जैसे कि ये बताया गया है, what lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within you. तो आपके अंदर क्या है, वो ज़मीर वजूद है, so that you can move ahead. ओशो का कहना है, you cannot be truthful if you are not courageous. You cannot be loving if you are not courageous. You cannot be trusting if you are not courageous. You cannot inquire into reality if you are not courageous. Hence, courage comes before everything. उसके बाद सब follow करता है. और integrity, loyalty, honesty, and trust are the moral ethics which every human being should have. लीडर का तो होना बहुत ही जरूरी है, because if he is not loyal to the organization, not loyal to the team, and he sells away his team and not honest, then he is not a leader, and he doesn't have the right to lead. Trust, अपने वादे मत करो. You have to have trust with your team, and that will only come if you're honest, loyal, and integral to the team, to the people, and then only they can have that confidence in you कि yes, ये बंदा ही बंदा है. And energy, enthusiasm होना चाहिए, क्योंकि अगर आप ढीला पड़ गया, जिस टीम का कैप्टन ढीला है, वो कभी आगे नहीं बढ़ सकता. सो ये सब अगर आप practice करेंगे, then you can be competent enough to lead the team and lead it with effectiveness. Remember, a lack of this competency will result in your falling short of your goals. आपके पास अगर opportunities भी है, आप goal achieve नहीं कर पाओगे. So building a team is a talent, is a method, is a plan which a leader has to systematically develop and make a common goal for everybody, so that people can continue following him. And when a team is there together, feel good factor होना चाहिए, और उस टीम को समझ में आना चाहिए कि अगर टारगेट हम अचीव करना चाहते हैं, तो इसका एक मायने है. हम इसको जस्ट करने के लिए नहीं कर रहे हैं. so that each person can be given the correct job. And लीडर का एक सबसे बड़ा गुण होना चाहिए, he should be able to listen to them. He should be able to confront fear, because if he is afraid, the team will be in the dark. So everybody has to have mutual trust amongst themselves, and also have confidence and communication amongst each other. और फाइनली हर काम को सेट करने के लिए प्रायोरिटी सेट करिए, एंड एज अ लीडर यू मस्ट हैव डिसीजन मेकिंग फैक्टर्स, बिकॉज अगर आप डिसीजन टाइमली नहीं देंगे, you are lost, and the whole game will be finished. And think out of the box. अंग्रेजी में कहते हैं think out of the box. Because if you just follow the conventional path, you may not win. But if you are thinking in a different way, taking ideas, you will get something which is of value, which can make you successful and achieve your target easily. जैसे कि मैंने शुरू में बताया था, विजन एक लीडर का होना बहुत जरूरी है, बिकॉज विदाउट दैट विजन यू कैन नॉट थिंक अहेड ऑफ टाइम, एंड कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस का यूज नहीं हो सकता है. सो सारा कुछ अगर निचोड़े, तो बेसिकली यू हैव टू बी लॉयल, पैशनेट टू योर जॉब, be professional, and intelligently lead your men, and have foresight. Because once you are leading your men, you need to be responsible to them, committed to them, and have a purpose. Because leadership is being intelligent, honest, creative, confident, and driven to be courageous. तो ये तो हो गया लीडरशिप. सो व्हाट आर इमोशन? इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस कहाँ है यार? यस, वी विल कम टू दैट, बिकॉज हर ह्यूमन को कुछ सर्टेनिटी चाहिए, कंट्रीब्यूशन, ग्रोथ, प्यार, सिग्निफिकेंस, कि मैं कुछ करके दिखा सकता हूँ. इट मेक्स अ डिफरेंस. दैट इज व्हाट आर द ह्यूमन नीड्स. एंड यू हैव इमोशंस, your feelings, your thoughts, your reactions, your behavior. So, emotions are basically your feelings which you come out when you are triggered or to do something. That is emotion. And there are four primary emotions. That is, when you are mad, you are either angry, furious, livid, red. गुस्सा जिसको कहते हैं, दुखी होते हैं तो डिप्रेस्ड होते हैं, आपका शक्ल बताता है कि है गमगीन है. खुश, हैप्पीनेस, एंड स्केयर्ड, डर, फियर. ये चार जो इमोशंस है, आपके फेशियल एक्सप्रेशन है. यू कैन बी एक्साइटेड, टेंडर, स्केयर्ड, एंग्री, सैड, और हैप्पी. ट्राई टू बी हैप्पी एज दिस. सो recognize what are these emotions, because emotions are very complex. इमोशनली आप कुछ भी गलत काम कर सकते हैं. अगर ट्रिगर हो गया गलत इमोशन, जैसे एंगर, सैडनेस में लोग सुसाइड करते हैं, डिप्रेशन में. बट इज इट राइट? यू हैव टू कंट्रोल दोस इक्यूज. दैट इज द इमोशनल क्वोशंट. बिफोर द ट्रिगर कम्स, कंट्रोल इट. डू नॉट jump to conclusions. Don't get emotionally hijacked. Because when you get emotionally hijacked, you tend to get triggered. You're not able to control that emotion feeling and react to it. और बाद में सोचते यार ये तो गड़बड़ हो. ये गड़बड़ क्यों हुई? Because of react. Control. Anger control करिए. Logically सोचिए. सुनिए, सामने वाले की बात को सुनिए. He may be right or wrong. That is the material. But listen to it, then think. Use your brain. So if you are using your brain, it will be of value to you and you can help people. तो जैसे कि मैं बता रहा था, ये कोई भी ट्रिगर हुआ, किसी ने आपको कुछ बोल दिया, यू स्टार्ट गेटिंग फिजिकली रिस्पॉन्स, हार्ट रेट इंक्रीजेस, गुस्सा आता है, एंड फाइनली रिएक्शन होने के बाद फिर आप सोचते हैं यार ये होगा। कंट्रोल योर सेल्फ, बी अवेयर, मैनेज करिए आपके एंगर को, पॉजिटिव सोचिए, बिकॉज इफ यू आर थिंकिंग पॉजिटिव, यू आर बाउंड टू डू द राइट थिंग। आपको सब चीज़ों में अच्छा दिखेगा, आपको बुराई नहीं दिखेगा। सो यू विल टेंड टू कंट्रोल एंड नॉट रिएक्ट। इसके लिए आपको क्या करना चाहिए? मेडिटेट करिए, वॉक पे जाइए, हैव अ हॉबी। जैसे फॉर मी गोल्फ इज अ स्ट्रेस बस्टर। थक के आता हूँ बट आई एम ओनली थिंकिंग ऑफ द गेम। सोचिए, इमेजिन करिए, कुछ नहीं है। गिव टाइम टू योर फैमिली फ्रेंड्स। उस रैट रेस में चूहा बन के मत दौड़िए, बट गिव टाइम, स्पेंड टाइम विद फ्रेंड्स एंड फैमिलीज, सो दैट यू कैन बी रिलैक्स्ड। क्योंकि समय निकल गया, उसके बाद आप अगर सोचे अरे मैंने तो अपने बच्चों को समय नहीं दिया, तो बड़े हो, इट इज टू लेट। समय किसी का साथी नहीं है। So when all these emotions, you can understand and control them, and then intelligently identify those emotions and control them, manage them, and also understand the emotions of the person in front, your team, your teammates, your colleagues. Then you can look into their hearts, into their minds, and then manage it and move them towards success, motivate them so that relations are good. EI ka history, we did not go too much. It is 1990 में it is said that this terminology was coined, but it is not that ये चीज पहले दुनिया में नहीं था। ये डेविड गोलमैन ने इसको एक structured form दिया है, and then the term emotional intelligence came out. And we have terms like emotional intelligence, intrapersonal intelligence, and interpersonal intelligence. So intrapersonal intelligence is being intelligent in identifying their own thoughts and feelings, and interpersonal is understanding the feelings and emotions of this person. And इसको जब आप यूज करते हैं, दोनों ये इंट्रापर्सनल एंड इंटरपर्सनल, you are working with emotional intelligence. So leadership and how to achieve a thing with emotional intelligence is nothing what people are born with. It can be learned, your skills can be honed. And EQ is important because it makes you successful. It makes you a good leader because you are thinking with your brain, thinking with your logic. You are not thinking illogically. And what does the emotional intelligence have? It is self awareness, self management, social awareness, and relationship management. So EI has got two steps, personal and social. Personal, अपने अंदर, you must know yourself, you must be able to control your thoughts and emotions. And दूसरा है to understand the feelings of the others so that you can be kind and focused and think about the person. So if you are aware of yourself, you can assess yourself and put yourself in front of others. While with social awareness, you can work with empathy, not just sympathize with the person, but think about him sympathetically and do something for him with your actions so that he benefits from it. Self management is be professional, be well read, be understand, be able to control yourself. And relationship management is to build relations with others. जैसे कि आप देख रहे हैं, IQ is intelligent quotient, while EQ is emotional quotient. It is more in a person. IQ is just important. And being just intelligent doesn't make you. IQ may be very high, but you may be emotionally wrecked. गुस्सा आता है, डिप्रेस होते हैं, क्यों? Balance. So people with IQ, high IQs will not always succeed. A person with EQ is more focused, understands things, has more positive relations, and increases self motivation and also motivates others. IQ is more theoretically, EQ is more practical. So these are the five components of TI जो हम डिस्कस कर रहे थे. Self awareness, self regulation, that is self discipline and awareness and motivation within yourself, motivating others, and empathy is कैसे किसी को help. So if you are just intelligent, you will be conventional. If you are having more of emotional, you will be mentally strong, physically strong. You will not get triggered by certain things. You'll be able to understand the situation, react more empathetically and logically, जो बहुत ही जरूरी है. And you'll be able to have the social skill of managing others. अपने आप को समझना सबसे पहले इम्पोर्टेंट है. उसके बाद ही आप दूसरों को समझ सकते हैं. Because if your emotions are not in control, you will not be able to work for you. You will not be able to understand the feeling. So you will have to understand yourself first and then understand the person in front. Listening skills, you have to calm your emotions, trust your feelings, and also adverse situations. And when you have controlled these emotions, you can discipline yourself without disrupting your behavior and motivate yourself so that you are more strong. अगर आप हार भी रहे हैं तो you will bounce back and fight. That is how life has to be. You have to motivate yourself to motivate others. Because अगर आप ही मोटिवेट नहीं है तो दूसरों को क्या मोटिवेट? अगर आप नहीं स्माइल कर रहे हैं आप दूसरों को क्या स्माइल करेंगे? So you have to boost yourself to boost others, to lead others. अगर किसी को लीड करना है तो अपने को खड़ा करो सबसे आगे and see how you can be optimistic, enthusiastic. If you have hope of completing a task, then I'm sure you will win the battle and move ahead and manage yourself and manage the other person. Self, you have to do, think, say, क्या ये सही हो रहा है? नहीं हो रहा है? Think within your mind. Mind is the strength. Mind is your strength. Mind is everybody's strength. And you hold the key to every relation. If you want, it can be bad. If you want, it can be good. So it is you who can manage a relation, make it strong or make it weak. And if you have got a good relation, if you've got good communication skills, personal relations, you will be the best team man. You will inspire everybody, influence everybody, and others will develop from you. And you will be the transformation for others, the catalyst to transform others. Then only you will have people having faith in you, और आप बॉन्ड बना सकते हैं, लोगों को सल्यूशन दे सकते हैं और लोगों के लिए कुछ कर सकते हैं, जिसको कहते हैं एम्पथी. and communicate कीजिए by listening and not talking. Because if you are talking, you are not listening. If you are not listening, you are not being empathetical, you cannot think logically because उस आपने सामने वालों के थॉट्स को तो सुना ही नहीं है. तो अगर आप ये सब इमोशंस को कंट्रोल करें और आपको लीडर की पोजीशन पे डाल दिया, देन व्हाट डू यू डू? इफ यू हैव ऑल दीज क्वालिटीज जो कि स्लाइड में दिया गया है, you will be one of the best top performers, the leader. But then it is you who has to get these qualities under you by controlling your emotions, thinking, reading, being professional. Because if your EQ is high, your team's EQ will be higher than you. जैसे कि मैंने बताया था लीडरशिप और मैनेजर. मैनेजर किताब देख के चलता रहता है, while a leader innovates, thinks out of the box, focuses on people, inspires trust, motivates you, doesn't do a cut paste. He thinks beyond the horizon और जस्ट काम कंप्लीट करने के लिए नहीं करता है, काम को आगे बढ़ाता है so that you all lead and everybody is thinking himself as a leader, part of the team, so that we all bond together. So आपको किस टाइप का लीडर चाहिए? इमोशनल लीडर या इमोशनली इंटेलिजेंट और ओनली एन इंटेलिजेंट? प्रश्न आपके सामने है, उत्तर आपके पास है. So as a leader you have to understand your own feelings, control them, control your strengths, weaknesses, needs, strengths. Know who you are, because once you know who you are, then you can stand up in front, cover your weaknesses, play on your strengths. That is what is confidence should be there in you. You should be smiling, you should be up and not depressed, not angry but calm as per the situation. And then regulate yourself. Do not panic. Because once you panic, you cannot motivate people. You cannot sort out the situation as it is required. You get stressed out. When you get stressed out, you burn out. So you have to motivate. If you are only self-motivated, you can motivate. And that is why in the army we say, be motivated first to motivate others. And empathy is the biggest quality of a leader. Because अगर मैं आपके लिए कुछ कर सकूं, सिर्फ लिप सर्विस से काम नहीं करता. You have to be sensitive to the needs of the people, what he wants, what is his requirement. So you have to listen to his problem and give him a solution, not give your own personal problems to him, because then it is difficult. And जैसे कि पता है, team is one मुट्ठी. So human being is a social animal. Everybody has to work together, socially skilled, right man for the right job, and the team can move ahead. And if we all are working together, that is where the team who knows you or the leader who knows you will move ahead. So vision is must, and you have to be visionary. You can understand, think positive, and teach others. Make it work. Do not try to do yourself everything, because then you will fail, for other people sitting looking at you. And you have to adapt yourself with a situation. Flexibility and adaptability are two things which are in the hands of the leader, in the hands of the person. Because if you cannot adapt yourself to a situation and Move your mind thoughts. Very fine. You get stuck. Rigid. So be mindful, recognize the emotion of the other person, the feeling के कारण क्या है, and as per the emotion take action so that the person does not get depressed. He becomes optimistic. Anger is not a solution, and use gut feeling in your decision. हाँ या ना बोलिए and take the responsibility of your decision. Learn to listen so that you are better. Finally, मैं यही कहूँगा, a leader who is intelligent is successful, but a leader with emotional intelligence is highly successful and knows how to lead the team because he is leading the team by putting himself in the other man's shoes. So that is what is real. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope I have been of some help to you in this little talk that I have done. And मेरा request है, when you lead, put yourself in the other man's shoes and develop skills which can be of use to you so that you can lead successfully and be a successful leader. Jai Hind. If there are any questions, you can give it in the comment box when this live stream goes public, and I will be of help to you answer. Thank you.